I am showing at Johnson Heritage Post Art Gallery. The show opened April 26th and it goes until May 19th. Hi, I am Tanya Piatz. I'm a Minnesota artist. I have a focus on conservation with my artwork, and I am working on birds. The reason why I'm working on birds is because they are an indicator species. So they are a really good indicator of how healthy an environment is. So when you see a diverse population of birds, it's a really great indication that that place is happy and healthy and thriving. And I hope to bring awareness to that so we can continue to grow these spaces. This species is called the LeConte sparrow. So the LeConte sparrow is on the Minnesota DNR species of greatest conservation concern list. There is actually a federally endangered species within this illustration as well, which is the western fringe orchid. In the background, you'll see that there's kind of like a marsh wetland that's dried up, and that's done in graphite. So the LeConte sparrow and the western fringe orchid share similar habitat. They really like a little bit more of a wet prairie pothole area to thrive in. That's where the LeConte sparrows prefer to nest. The background is done in graphite to show that one of the reasons for possible decline, it really related to just the warming climate. Our dry seasons that we have had the last few years. And the graphite is used to show that we can still change the outcome of the loss. So we can try to protect the environment, mitigate for that climate change, do different practices with agriculture, ensuring that we leave these prairie potholes in the area so these species can still thrive in. And then once we do that, we can kind of erase the reason of loss. So it's not permanent. So we still have the opportunity to change the outcome. And that's really what that graphite represents. So this is the western meadowlark, and the eastern meadowlark is on the list as well. So I'll be doing the eastern meadowlark too. And here, you can really see that the meadowlark has a nest of chicks that they're feeding. And in the background, you can see that there's somebody mowing for either like hay or feed for cattle. And one of the reasons for decline for the meadowlark is just early mowing. So if we can delay the mow till about like mid-July for these species, they have a better chance of surviving because by then most of the chicks should have fledged the nest. So it's just thinking about timing, and when we even like mow our ditches in Minnesota, if we can just leave them be until the end of summer, we're going to have a really great outcome for these species. This piece is titled Veery. In color, you are able to see the veery, and then the graphite, you can see part of the reason for habitat loss. So they will actually migrate all the way down to Brazil, which blows my mind that they fly so far. The thing that's interesting about Brazil is now they are the #1 exporter of soy in the world, where before they had those really beautiful rainforests. So that's the type of habitat that the veery needs in order to be successful in their wintering grounds, is the rainforests. I think it's really incredible that when you learn the name of somebody, you can pick them out in a crowd, right? And the same goes with trees and flowers, birds and mammals, is once you learn their name, you're always going to be able to identify them, and you'll see them and you'll miss them when they're gone.